Thank you very much for your time. Obrigado. I'm very humbled to be here. Thank you. So, Malala once said, with guns you can kill terrorists, but with education you can kill terrorism. Education is the most powerful weapon that we can use to change the world. And every problem in the world can be fixed by education, and I'll explain how. I'll also explain how you can reinvent yourself and immediately change careers by leveraging online education. And I humbly believe that in my lifetime, most universities are going to go bankrupt. There's a better way to learn and reinvent yourself today. It doesn't make sense to spend $100,000 to get an undergraduate education when you can learn much more skills online at 0.1% of the cost of an undergraduate education. And the days of educational elitism are behind us. A lot of universities are corrupt as they accept bribes from the elite to get their children into those schools. Why is it that the wealthiest people send their kids to the top schools? Yes, some of their children worked hard and earned acceptance, but the current educational system is unfair, antiquated, and ripe for disruption. I believe that capitalism and educational online side hustles can fix all problems in the world, and I'll explain how very soon. How can we trust a system that rewards legacies, meaning if you have a relative that went to a top school, then you have a higher chance of getting accepted because universities know that they can get more donations that way? It's not fair. This system widens the gap between the haves and the have-nothings, and it hurts the progression of humanity, and it sets us back in time. Now, just for fun, your friends that went to Harvard, time them how long it takes them to remind other people that they went to Harvard when they meet a new person and talk to them for the first time. Then ask them if their relatives went there. Now, to be fair again, yes, many people whose parents went to those schools truly earned a fair acceptance, but not all of them. But if you look at places like Harvard Business School, which is HBS, 2/3 of HBS is BS. That's right. Oh, I also have a school, Haroon Business School. That's BS as well. What's the point of presenting if I can't make fun of myself? In fact, you know what the difference is between a successful person and an unsuccessful person? Well, the successful person lives their lives on their own terms without the insecurity of going to certain schools for the sole reason of impressing certain people. Now, I love Dr. Seuss, and I read my youngest son here, Dylan, in the middle there. I have 3 boys. It's crazy but fun. But I read my youngest son Dr. Seuss books at bedtime. And I swear to you that the doc is talking to me when he says that those who mind don't matter and those who matter don't mind. Now, we'll come back to the doc later on in this speech. And most of the things that we learn in non-medical universities when it comes to undergraduate education is antiquated, out of date, and they literally teach you stuff that was relevant last century. And soon we will go back in time together, and you'll see that things are only a little bit different and better today than they were last century. The most important life skills are not taught in school, like how to save money, how to sell, how to interview to get a job, how to network, how to start an offline, or better yet, an online charity or company. Schools don't teach you also how to present, how to find your passion, how to teach others, how to inspire people, how a mortgage works, how to file taxes, and how to save the environment so that we leave this world in a better condition than when we entered it. And the list goes on and on. Now, if we don't learn skills from ridiculously expensive universities that we can immediately apply in the real world, then why should companies hire from these universities? Well, in the future, they will not. And many companies do not require you to have a degree to get a job, such as these wonderful companies right here. You can start over. You can start a career right now. In fact, you already have everything you need to build something far bigger than yourself. In fact, since the average life expectancy globally is now 26 years longer than it was in the 1950s, that means that you're 26 years younger than you think you are. If you're 55, you're not, because you're actually 29. Welcome to You 2.0. Reboot yourself at home by taking online courses and learn new fun skills like programming or videography or business, so you can turn your business idols into your rivals. Nothing is stopping you from doing this. What an exciting time to be alive. Many people watching this will live to be 150 years old, so you can start over, starting today. You don't need to be in a big city or a first world country to start a company that makes a dent in the universe. And you don't need to live in the San Francisco Bay Area or in Palo Alto to start your tech company. You can start your company right now for next to nothing. The cost of computing continues to drop, and today is the best time to start your side hustle by learning new skills online. And there's a saying that if you give a person a fish, then they'll eat for a day. But if you teach a person how to fish, then they'll eat for a lifetime. Well, here is your new fishing rod. And we will talk today about how to use this to start over. The EdTech or educational technology revolution is just beginning. You have a cell phone and internet connection, and that's all you need to change the world and yourself. And better yet, when one teaches, two learn. So it's time to reboot and reinvent yourself. Now, everybody has skills that they can teach. You can improve your life and help others too. It's a win-win, as we are all in this together. And good things are happening. Good things are happening. And it's getting better all the time. And I used to get mad at my school, but there are so many teachers that are cool that teach online. And here are some cool examples. Teachers like Teresa Greenway are the new rock stars. Now, Teresa was in a horrible abusive marriage, and she has 10 kids. And she had the courage to leave that jerk and take her kids with her. Now, she was living off of food stamps, and she thought, what can I do to support my children? And what do I love to do? And so she started teaching on Udemy on how to bake bread. How prophetic and inspirational. Now she's an internet sensation. Now, for you video gamers, Ninja, who also makes a killing playing video games online, started out by teaching on Udemy. And for those of you not familiar with Udemy, it's the #1 online educational website in the world. In the education technology market, Udemy is Google and everyone else is Bing. And Udemy has close to 500 million course enrollments. And in the first 3 months of this awful COVID crisis, Udemy saw a 425% increase in enrollments from individual learners and an 80% increase from corporate customers. As corporations are realizing that you don't necessarily need to hire people with degrees, as employees can learn skills online and immediately apply new skills to pay the bills. And it's not just about making money, as there's over 15,000 free courses on Udemy. Now, when we were younger, our parents wanted us to be doctors or, God forbid, lawyers. If you're a civil rights lawyer, then I love you. Otherwise, yeah. But why did they want us to be doctors or lawyers? Because those professions make a lot of money. But the issue with being a doctor or a lawyer from a business model perspective is you can only have one customer at a time, and it's not a scalable business model. teaching online is infinitely scalable as a business model, as you can have millions of students taking your recorded courses in every country in the world at any time of day. Now, I love teachers, as many teachers change the world, and they teach not for financial incentive purposes. In fact, a lot of people want to teach, but they do it later in their careers once they've accumulated enough wealth. Well, in the future, teachers will make much more than doctors and lawyers, and the future is now. I humbly believe that capitalism and online education will fix all problems in the world. There's no better time than today to start teaching. And I have free courses for you to take to learn how to teach online. It's so easy. If you want, you can get my free courses at this website here. And let me know how I can help you to start teaching online for free, of course, as we are all in this together. And I've made so many mistakes teaching online. And in these free courses, I explain how you can get up and running quickly by not making the same mistakes as I have. This is the fishing rod to use to humbly reinvent yourself. Start that side hustle from home. Be proactive and passionate right now, as the best time to start a company is during a recession, and it costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to teach online. Now, you can't go back and make a brand new start, but you can start now and make a brand new ending. And I gotta go off script here and just say, God bless you, Eddie Van Halen. You left this earth far too early. So, education is the new pension. Lifetime employment and pensions are extinct. Let me help you architect your future by learning and teaching online. Educational elitism is such a ridiculous mental barrier for many of us. We believe that if we weren't born into a certain class, and if we didn't take the right classes, then we cannot advance. Well, I'm going to show you a chart that will change your life today. You don't need to be born into a family that has the means, the legacy, and other unfair advantages, and a degree from Oxford or Cambridge to reach your full potential in life. That's right. You don't need to be a Rhodes Scholar. And where we're going today, you don't need Rhodes, by the way. But you don't need to be a Rhodes Scholar to reach your full potential in life. Because on the journey that you and me are going on today, we don't need Rhodes. When you're younger, you're right here. You just don't care what people think of you, right? Like my kids, they're awesome. They just don't care. And then what happens is when you're older, you also don't care what people think of you. Now, the problem is when you're right here, okay? And you give a damn what people think of you. You think that you won't get respect or achieve success unless you are blessed with a degree from a top school. Not true anymore. That's right. We need to avoid this triangle of despair, okay? The triangle of educational despair, okay? I was so damn insecure in my 20s and 30s. I was up here. I was always nervous. And then I got to a point in my life where I said, I don't want to do venture capital no more. I don't want to work in finance. I don't want to work on Wall Street. I want to teach. And I don't care what people think of me. So I want you to take the road less traveled and live your life at this level here, starting today. So just like with the Rodin sculpture, I think, therefore I am. And we need to convince ourselves that we don't need approval from the world with a snobby degree. That's right. My heroes live at this level here. All the best entrepreneurs do. You know, people that like Sir Richard Branson or Steve Jobs or Rachel Ray or Bill Gates or Coco Chanel or James Cameron, fellow Canadian, or Simon Cowell or Wolfgang Puck or Larry Ellison or Ted Turner. Dude, the list goes on and on and on. And you know what? You have and by the way, none of those people have degrees. You have a huge advantage over all these people I just mentioned. Because today, Today, you can retool online right now by taking online courses. And the cost of starting a company is now zero. That's right. So here's your homework for today, please. What I want you to do is I want you to fill in the blanks. The blank for this here. I don't care what people think of my X. Okay? Do this 10 times and solve for X. For example, I don't care what people think of the fact that I didn't go to Oxford. I don't care what people think of my appearance. I don't care what people think of my career choices in life. I don't care. Do that 10 times, please, for homework. It's actually therapeutic. And I really believe you'll only reach your full potential in life if you have that mentality, instead of spending the rest of your life being someone else's prisoner in your own mind. Have the discipline to reinvent yourself by retooling, by learning new skills online. Because discipline equals freedom. So what you can do is wake up 30 minutes earlier every day and be disciplined to learn new skills online. And when I think of all the crap that I learned in school, it's a wonder I can think at all. Now, if you're frustrated in your current job, good. And I say that with love in my heart because you can reinvent yourself today. Now, the two most important days in your life are number 1, the day you're born, and number 2, the day you find out why. What's your why? What would you do if you were given 30 days off and you cannot work and you can't go to school and you can't travel? What would you do? Well, no matter what anyone says, that is your passion and that is what you should do and is what you were meant to do. Take a long walk alone. Sit on a park bench and think about what your perfect life is like in 10 years. Steve Jobs used to go on very long walks alone in order to reinvent himself or reinvent industries. Take that walk and write down your goals. But make sure to write down a deadline date. As a reason why most people give up on their New Year's resolutions by the 3rd week of January is because they didn't set a deadline date. Take that walk and write down your goals. And Jeff Bezos, every year he makes his product managers on all of his products like Kindle, Amazon Web Services, Prime, Alexa, etc. He makes them all write a press release today that will be released many years in the future. Why? Because then his managers focus on filling that gap. It's brilliant. And the same thing with you. Take that walk, write down your goals, and set deadline dates. And then figure out how to close that gap between where you are now and where you want to be. And really think about what online courses you can take to make that become a reality. Run to your fears in life. If you're scared of networking, then take networking courses. If you're scared of accounting, then take accounting courses online. And enjoy the process too, so you can turn your biggest perceived weaknesses into your biggest strengths by retooling and reinventing yourself with disciplined self-study. Nobody is stopping you. You're not a tree. You can move. You might be thinking, okay, Chris, I get it. But you know what, Chris? Just taking online courses is not going to make me successful. Well, you know what? You're right. Because there are 2 more things you need to do in order to make your dreams become a reality. So what are the other 2 components then? Well, I remember when I was in school, if I got good grades and I kept my head down, life was great. My parents were proud, the teachers left me alone, and I was sort of proud of myself too. Then I started working, and in the corporate world, I kept my head down, and I thought, well, if I do a great job, then I'll be recognized and I will get a raise or a promotion. Then I looked around and I noticed that other people were getting promoted and raises faster than I was. And I humbly thought I was doing a better job than they were, humbly. Well, I realized that people that want to get promoted or raises or get ahead in life ask. So I realized that the second component for success is networking, as relationships are more important than product knowledge, and that your network is your net worth. Change your perception of how to reach your goals. Networking is key. Well, I actually wrote a free book for you on networking. It's 200 pages with several hours of clickable YouTube videos. And it's this book up here on networking. Yeah. And you can download it for free, of course, from my website, which is haroonventures.com. Networking is so important when it comes to your success. You know, ask and you will receive. It's prophetic, and it's been true since the beginning of time. Ask and you will receive. Ask to get mentored by many people. We all need Yodas. And mentor other people too, please, because when one teaches, two learn. And help others. And when you help others, you're kind of helping yourself. You know, it's karma. And there's a great book called Give and Take. And in that book, the author states that the poorest 1% of people in the world are givers. People with beautiful souls like Mother Teresa. Then the middle 98% of people are takers. Most people take. Then the top 1% of people by net worth are givers. Many of them gave with their hearts as they want to help people. You know, some people call it karma. Call it what you will. But if you give, you will receive. And networking goes both ways. And if you mentor others, you're reminding yourself of what your blueprint is for success. Now, with your new skills you learned through very affordable online education and with networking abilities, you're almost ready to take your career to the next level. The third thing you need is confidence. And the way you get it is you use that chart I mentioned earlier. Remember the triangle, right? Age and give a damn. I almost said give a damn. There we go. Never forget that, okay? Don't be afraid to be you. You be you. You do you. Because as Dr. Seuss said, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Now, remember when you were younger and you laughed so hard until you fell down? Then what happens is you enter grown-up life and you stop being yourself. You know, you get into an elevator and a senior person is there and you second guess yourself and you overthink what to say and how to act. Then after that elevator ride, you think, did I say smart stuff? Did I speak good? Just be you, damn it. And this is how you will reach your full potential in life. And please laugh at me and not with me as I make a fool of myself in front of like 1 million people in this live stream. 9/10 of education is encouragement. And I love encouraging teachers. They are like the best parents ever because education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace. Now, Steve Jobs did not have a university degree, but God bless him, he had a lot of confidence. And I licensed one of Steve Jobs' short videos from John McLaughlin, and I actually want to share it with you.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. and you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. I think that's very important. And however you learn that, once you learn it, you'll want to change life and make it better, because it's kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
Great Scott, I'm back in 1955. I don't like it very much here, as I can't get the education that I want. And a lot of people don't like the way I look and my last name. And I'm an outcast in the past. And they don't like my long hair and the fact that I'm different. And geez Louise, did this guy ever have hair? I can't get no education because I was born in the wrong location. I'm filled with much frustration. And we have Biff's intimidation as well. I'm different. So I can't get a letter of recommendation. And school denied my application. It's our moral obligation to accept everyone. This is me. And I'm exactly who I was meant to be. I don't like 1955 very much. I just want to be me because everyone else is taken. You know, what God gave me is just fine. Oh, what is this here? Oh, it looks like this is a letter from me in the future. Let me read it to you. All right. Marty, this is a letter I wrote to you from the future. Marty, I had a dream that I went to a corporate picnic and I had to tell my kids to please be on their best behavior so it wouldn't limit my career. Actually, this wasn't a dream, it was a nightmare. And if I had to create a title for my nightmare, it would be called Force Family Fun. It doesn't matter how many companies you start in business. All you have to do is be right one time. Don't spend the rest of your life thinking what could have happened. Make it happen starting today by leveraging online affordable education and by networking, by boosting your own confidence. Now, many famous people in the future started their own businesses out of frustration. You know, Jay-Z couldn't get a label to sign him, so he started his own record label. And many people don't realize that Bill Gates' first major business venture didn't work out for him. He failed. And Thomas Edison failed 50 times before he was successful. And he failed more times than all the best entrepreneurs in the world have combined. Now, perhaps the aforementioned business icons realized that they were in fact creating a new market out of frustration and the hope of having the freedom of living their dreams. Starting your own business should not be about money, Marty. It should be about passion and freedom. Freedom to live your life on your own terms. Freedom to never have to answer to anyone ever again. Freedom to set your own corporate culture the right way. Freedom to be able to take an entire week off and do charity work if you want to. Or heck, take the kids to school in the morning and pick them up at night as well. Freedom to spend more time. I look like an idiot, I know. But remember, age and give a darn. I'm not supposed to care, right? Okay. Freedom to spend more time during the week with your parents, significant others, and friends that share your core values when it comes to entrepreneurship. Freedom to know that if you work for yourself, it is the ultimate meritocracy. Freedom to know that there's no limitations anymore in your career. Freedom to know that those that might have thought of you as a threat at your previous company can no longer hold you back. Freedom from all politics. Freedom to create. Freedom to donate. Freedom to be you, Marty. Now, here are 8 reasons that you must write that business plan starting tonight so you can live your life on your own terms. And you can take online courses to do this too. Number 1, freedom to know that working for yourself creates a simple formula so that you know how much money you're going to make. And as a result of the freedom of self-employment, you don't have to rely on others stealing your commissions or stealing your ideas or your hard work. Corporate politics sucks the life out of you and the creativity and freedom out of you as well. Number 2, freedom to know the rules and set the rules so you don't have to dance on eggshells and worry if you're overqualified or a threat to others. All right, number 3, almost done here. Freedom to select your own customers that have the same core values in life that you have. Number 4, freedom to really challenge yourself and compete with yourself and know in your heart that there is no glass ceiling stopping you from progressing. Number 5, freedom to have the pride and peace of mind knowing that you will never, ever, 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 ever get out of bed in the morning and tell yourself you're going to work. Wouldn't that be great? Number 6, freedom of expression and the peace of mind knowing that you are allowed to focus on your personal, passionate pursuit of happiness. Number 7, freedom to spend your time pursuing your charitable passion so that you can leave this world in a better place than when you entered it. And number 8, this is the last one. Freedom to live and work from anywhere in the world. In this new digital reality, Marty, working abroad is now an option. Heck, go work in Paris or Dubai or Montreal or Rio if you want to. But Marty, please don't put off your entrepreneurship dreams anymore. And Marty, don't give a damn what Biff or that bald teacher or anyone thinks of you. Retool and make Marty 2.0 by taking online courses. And Marty, please remember that no one is smarter than you. Start writing your business plan today. Start writing it today so that you can enjoy the freedom to live your life on your own terms, starting today. Wow, that was heavy, man. Education is crucial, but I wonder what education is going to be like many, many years from now in the future. Great Scott! Marty, let me tell you all about how amazing the future is. All problems in the world are solved with education. And everybody has affordable access to education as well, Marty. And the future is amazing. Now, let me tell you what's happened. We got President Kardashian has made it a law that all Americans got equal access to affordable online education. As a result, cancer, COVID, and unfair incarcerations have been addressed. School and corporate bullies like Biff are the only ones incarcerated, as all people and all ideas are accepted, thank God. What also happened was our space pioneers, like Elon Musk, that hurt my ear, like Elon Musk, Sir Richard Branson, and Jeff Bezos, what they did in the future is they put up low-orbiting satellites, and they provided 7G high-speed internet access to the entire world. And what happened was millions and millions of Malalas rose up in every country, and they taught courses online, and they changed society from within. You know, no longer did we need to send troops overseas to fight wars we can't win or understand, as the millions of Malalas rose up and changed the world by teaching online. No child was left behind, and the days of educational elitism ended. It was awesome. Marty, you will love the future as communism has been eradicated, as education is strength, and education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. And legacy acceptance, there's more. Legacy acceptance at schools based on parental wealth was made illegal. And teachers are the new rock stars. I hurt my ear again, but I'm gonna be okay, don't worry. And in the future, there's no lawyers except for civil rights lawyers. I had to add that in. All right, cool. And we have true equality now because back in 2020, there were more CEOs in America named John than women CEOs. Oh, Marty, I've seen the future and you will love it. Oh, the places you will go because of success, because of accessible education. And since leaders are readers, This is one of my kids' books. And since leaders are readers, let me read you an excerpt from another doc. The places you'll go. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your, you're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy or gal who'll decide where to go. How awesome is that? Amazing, amazing. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society, in every family. Great Scott Martin, the places you'll go with online education. You're going to love it. Here we are. In order to reach your full potential when it comes to education, you have to be constantly learning, as formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. It doesn't matter what degree you already have. There is always the opportunity for you to reinvent yourself, as you should never let formal education get in the way of your learning. When it comes to the future and your ability to put a dent in the universe, self-education, I firmly believe, is the only kind of education there is. So when it comes to education going forward, we must leverage self-education to form your own opinions and challenge conventional wisdom, because it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Now, I want to thank you for your time. I started this presentation with a quote from Malala, and I'll end it with a quote from Malala. One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. So, obrigado. I want to thank you all for your time. I want to thank Felipe Lamounier from Startse, and Courtney Legates and Patrick Heffernan from Udemy, and my buddy Cameron Nasser is as well. Class and school dismissed. And thanks again. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Sign up for online courses. Go. Thank you, and God bless.